The regret that's haunting me every day: I made a terrible mistake. At 21, I thought I had my life mostly figured out: school, friends, and a budding sense of independence. But all that changed when I met Kay through Bumble about a year ago. She was 23, and at first glance, she seemed like a breath of fresh air. We spent time on the beach, enjoyed ice cream, and soaked in the sunshine with her adorable dog. There was a magic in those moments, yet something always felt a bit off. Kay had a history that weighed heavily on her. I could see it in her eyes, the way she hesitated in busy places, her face sometimes clouding over with confusion as she asked me questions about where we were and what we were doing. It was jarring, but I was drawn to her positivity and resilience in the face of her struggles. Kay battled depersonalization and derealization, a fog that sometimes made her feel like she wasn't entirely present in her own life. She also suffered from severe amnesia due to head trauma, and I often wondered how someone could remain so hopeful despite such challenges. While we never became an official couple, our connection blossomed into something unique and special. We became each other's closest friends, sharing intimate moments that I had never shared with anyone else. I was her only friend, and she was mine. Kay revealed the painful truths of her past, an abusive relationship that left her and her dog scarred and shaken. Despite everything, she managed to radiate joy and gratitude, and I admired her for that. We celebrated our birthdays together, just the two of us, and it felt like we had created our own little world. However, things took a turn as time went on. Kay was always very protective of our friendship, blocking any guy who dared to question our bond, which often led to strained relationships for her. Then came a drastic change in her appearance that seemed to shift her personality along with it. This new version of Kay was more focused on Jesus, and became overly sensitive to discussions about death and sexuality. The lightheartedness we once shared was replaced with tension as she struggled to navigate her new emotions. I felt myself becoming overwhelmed by it all and began to pull away, unsure of how to help her when I was also feeling lost. Even though I was distancing myself, Kay noticed. She would reach out, expressing her feelings of loneliness and her fear of losing our friendship. This was during the summer of 2024, and despite my hesitations, I forced myself to keep spending time with her, wanting to be there for her as she battled her demons. I thought I was doing the right thing, but the last time we hung out in July, we crossed a line that felt entirely out of place. We had sex, and it was awkward and uninspired, nothing like what I imagined it would be. It was a mistake, and in the following weeks, I found myself slipping away even more. As summer turned to fall, I entered into a new relationship, and my contact with Kay dwindled. I never intended to ghost her. Weeks turned into months, and each time my phone buzzed with her name, I hesitated. Each text was a reminder of the weight of my absence, the guilt gnawing at my insides. I could see that she was struggling, and I felt trapped in a cycle of shame for leaving her behind. Now, as November arrives, the reality of my actions hits harder than ever. I can't shake the thought that Kay might believe I only wanted her for sex, that I exploited her vulnerability. The idea that she might be in a darker place because of my silence tortures me daily. What if she's still battling her demons alone, and my departure only deepened her pain? The guilt clings to me like a heavy cloak, suffocating and relentless. I want to reach out, to explain that my silence wasn't because I didn't care. I was just lost, caught in my own life changes and unable to find the right words. But the fear of reopening old wounds keeps me paralyzed. I'll carry this guilt with me, haunted by the image of Kay and the possibility that I failed her when she needed me most. I know I need to make a decision, whether to reach out, apologize, and confront the reality of what happened, or let it linger in the shadows of my conscience, a painful reminder of my shortcomings. But whatever choice I make, I fear the damage is done, and it may haunt me for the rest of my life.